Asterisk, 6 older women circled my daughter in the middle of a crowded market, screaming at her about being a bad Christian and a horrible sister. My daughter was sobbing, terrified, and I knew in that moment I had to do something drastic. What they didn't know was that I had enough evidence to destroy the perfect little image my ex-in-laws had been painting of themselves. And trust me, when I finally unleashed it, they never recovered. Asterisk. Asterisk, if you've ever wanted to see toxic people get exactly what they deserve, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Today's story is about betrayal, manipulation, and one of the most satisfying acts of revenge you'll ever hear. Asterisk. I'm a 46-year-old mom of 2 teenage girls, 17 and 15. Last year, their father, my ex-husband, died in a sudden accident. You'd think that alone would be enough tragedy for a lifetime. But behind his death was a trail of betrayal and secrets that left scars deeper than I ever imagined. See, my ex wasn't just a flawed man, he was a cheater. He had a whole other family on the side. 2 little boys born from his affair. And when both he and the affair partner passed away, those children were left orphans. My daughters, who had been the ones to discover his cheating in the first place, were devastated. Therapy has helped, but they still carry the trauma of being betrayed by their own father. And as if that wasn't enough, his parents, my ex-in-laws, decided to make things worse. Instead of grieving quietly, or trying to heal, my ex-in-laws launched a campaign to drag my daughters into their mess. They tried to get custody of them, even though the girls barely tolerate them. They even pushed to have their grandsons, the affair children, move into my home. The audacity. It was exhausting, toxic, and just when I thought I'd seen the worst of it, the market incident happened. That weekend, I took my youngest to the farmer's market for her birthday. She was so excited. She had a budget and was free to buy whatever she wanted. After about an hour, I noticed she hadn't come back, and just as I was about to call her, she rang me. She was crying so hard I could barely understand her. When I found her, I saw 6 older women cornering her. Their voices were sharp, accusing, cruel. They called her Christian for refusing to spend time with her paternal grandparents. They told her she was selfish for not wanting to play big sister to her father's affair children. My blood boiled. My youngest was shaking, clutching her bag of sweets like it was her only lifeline. My oldest stood frozen, furious but scared. I stepped in front of my girls. My oldest I sent off to pay and wait in the car. Then, I turned to face those women. I knew some of them, they were from my ex-in-law's church. Their words cut deep. Asterisk, you're failing your duties as a Christian wife. Asterisk. Asterisk, your daughters are being heartless. Asterisk. Christian wife. My husband cheated on me, left 2 kids behind, and these women thought I was the problem. The shouting got so bad that market staff asked us to leave. And would you believe it? Those women followed me to my car like a pack of vultures, hissing and gossiping until I drove away. Later that night, after I tucked my girls into bed, I learned why this happened. A friend from that same church messaged me. He explained that my ex-mother-in-law had posted this massive sob story in the church's Facebook group. According to her, my daughters and I were cruel monsters, leaving them homeless and penniless. She conveniently forgot to mention the inheritance and life insurance money they had already gotten. She painted the boys from the affair as innocent victims that we had abandoned. But the most disgusting part. She twisted the entire cheating scandal into a lie. She claimed the affair partner wasn't a mistress at all. She was our surrogate star. She said I rejected the babies because they were boys. It was slander. And the worst part? Some people were buying it. That night, I sat in my living room, shaking with anger. My daughters had already suffered enough. My reputation was being shredded by lies. And my ex-in-laws were thriving off their victim narrative. But what they didn't realize was this. I had receipts. Every message, every picture, every vile word they had ever sent me or my girls during the divorce. I had it all neatly organized. And suddenly, I knew exactly what I had to do. The next day, I took the evidence to a print shop. I spared no expense. High quality, glossy prints of everything, photos of my ex kissing his mistress in our living room, text exchanges dripping with betrayal, and worst of all, the cruel messages from his parents calling my daughters bastards and blaming them for his death. Then came the masterstroke. I bought several binders and carefully arranged the pages inside, formatting them to look just like the hymn books that church members use every Sunday. The very first page. A giant, crystal-clear picture of my ex and his mistress making out under the title, asterisk, ex-husband's name and affair partner's name, a love story. Asterisk. I smiled as I closed each binder. Justice was about to be sung from the pews. On Sunday morning, I walked into that church with my head high. I slipped my custom binders onto the back table where extra hymnals were always available. And then I left. By the time service ended, the gossip mill was spinning at full speed. My phone buzzed with messages from friends inside. People were flipping through the binders, their eyes widening, jaws dropping. The church, which had been so quick to shame me and my daughters, now turned its wrath toward my ex-in-laws. My ex and his mistress were branded sinners of the highest order. Even the pastor had to step in to keep the outrage from boiling over. And my ex-in-laws. They became pariahs. The very people they had counted on for sympathy now shunned them. My ex-mother-in-law, once adored by her church friends, was suddenly posting bitter rants online about how nobody cares for the elderly anymore. She claimed her great son would have taken care of her if he were alive. But let's be real, he couldn't even stay faithful, let alone support them. Meanwhile, my daughters got letters of apology. Handwritten apologies from people who had once harassed them. And we even got an invitation back to the church for support.